Okay, this is the Monday before Thanksgiving, and you're going to all do your mobility training on Wednesday from the YouTube, correct? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do some frame loading work. Okay, and I know we did it Friday, and I went from very light, and then I picked up a heavy and did like variations of a carry. So now we're going to do a range. We're going to start at not light. We're going to start doing some movement related type prep. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up my light, being a 6 pound. So with that said, we'll just get going here. And I am really glad that you're here and that I'm doing this, because with everything happening, people typically, as I pointed out on Friday, they just think you're too busy. So let me just tell you, if you'll do these two moves, and you can do it seated or you can do it standing, it's up to you. I see you guys coming on. Hi there. I know you got lots of stuff to do. Bring one hand right there and bring it out. See that? Bring the other hand right here. And the reason I'm having you do it this way, because a lot of times when they're showing this, you'll see these things around and they have you do this type of a thing. My experience has been, whenever I start doing this kind of a thing, people typically flare their elbows. Then you don't get the benefit on the inside structures, muscles, bones here and here, because we just do this and you just work the joints. So I want you to turn your hands like this, and then we're going to start doing a compound move with our feet and the arms. Okay, so how do you start doing the feet? More simple than walking. Okay, I'm not going to ambulate. I'm going to tap. I'm going to bring it back and I'm going to tap, and I'm only going to go front and back. Okay, my hands are here. I go right here to the head and right here. See, my elbows are right here. Hi, everybody. So when you come right here, ask yourself, am I breathing through my nose? Is my tummy braced? Is my rib cage up? And when you go here and then you bring it right down to here, the shoulder should not be catching on you. If it's a problem, go right here under your chin. You see, but your shoulders are still down. Okay, and then bring it back down. So we're going to do this first little segment to really get you understanding. If I have my hand here and I'm turned like this because I'm forward, I'm head forward or shoulder rounded, that can be a problem when you put weights in your hands. So see, as I come down here, see my elbow is right here by my hip, the iliac crest right here. See that? And the thumb goes to my shoulder. So why am I taking all this time to line you up? Because we're going to put weights in our hands and we're going to do some of these moves in just a minute. That's why I want you to be mindful of, see how I'm tapping to the side, tapping to the front, bringing it back. So I'm going to go tap to the front. I'm going to go tap to the side. I'm going to go tap to the front, bringing it back. So I'm keeping those elbows in here. And now I'm going to start to move. So see how as I come here to the front? If you're having a problem getting those elbows in, okay, because you have to stay down here because of your shoulder or whatever, just notice that, okay? And as you come in here and you are going to do a clap, you want to get your elbows in and then bring them right down here. See that? Then you add that tapping to the side, tapping to the front. Now, why am I having you do your feet while I'm having you do this motion? Because we kind of start forgetting what we're doing and we fall back into bad habits. What's the bad habit? Not bringing my elbows in here. I start flaring and I go like this, but I don't go like this. Okay? Because when I go open, and if I raise my hands at all. See, and I'm out here. That is not working the right muscle that I'm wanting you to. And so I had you do a multitask. See here, and I'm just tapping. But I'm making sure as I'm tapping to bring my elbows together. Now, if I were with you right now and you were doing this compound move, and it's a simple compound move, it's not like super hard, but it's a movement related thing that makes your brain do 2 or 3 or more things, actually more things at one time than it's normally used to. And one of the things is not coming all the way in with your elbows. See that? Now, if you kept doing this the whole time that I was setting this up and you understood what I was doing, you're starting to really feel it through your shoulders. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, see here? See here, my thumb comes right to my forehead, but my elbows are together. Okay, that sets up a whole really cool cascade of motion related benefits. Then I'm going to go out like this. See that? Bring my elbows in line with my thumb, elbow, and then bring them down here. Now, when you bring them down here, notice what your forearm is doing. It's going to want to come in here because it's easier. See, this all has to do with rounded shoulder syndrome or forward head syndrome, rounded shoulder, forward head. So the reason I'm going through all of that, hold your hands out here, I'm letting you rest. Tap, 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 bring it in. Hands right here, resting, shaking out. Tap, 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 bring it in. Okay, so the reason I was telling you that I'm taking the time to go through this whole thing like this is there's a lot of things being shown, and I'm sure some of you have tapped into some of these things. There's some therapists and some people that are doing some really good work, but having done this for many, many years, I kind of am used to certain movement patterns that I see repeated. So I'm cautioning you and I'm helping you movement by movement. Now I'm just stepping forward. That's all I'm doing. I'm stepping forward and I'm actually shifting to the front foot. Okay? Drop the shoulders. That's the first thing I do if I came in while you were doing this move. So I went through that whole first segment without shifting my weight. Okay? Now I am shifting my weight and I'm still asking you to go elbows right into there. Elbows right into there. Now I'm going to rotate. See, I haven't rotated until now. Okay? I'm going to go push out, push out. Right now, I want you to imagine something. Okay? You have your hands here. You push one out, push it back. You push the other out, you push it back. Some of you, when you did this, you know what you did? You did this, but you did this. You bent forward. I don't want you to bend forward at all. Your hands go forward, but you stay with your shoulder over your hip. See that? Boom, boom. See that? Take a big breath. Now you can add feet to this, but I'm prepping you. Pretend that you have a 6-pound weight in your hand right now. I know, that's where we're going. See that? See that? Okay, now take this like this and just come down and up. See, let's pretend we're holding weights. We're going to come down and we're going to come up. We're going to come down and we're going to come up. Pretend you have weights in your hands. See that? So now I'm not only going to do just this, okay, but I'm going to do tap back and bring it in. Now I'm not shifting. to the stepping leg. I'm shifting only in that I'm putting weight on one foot, then the other. And as I'm standing upright and doing this kind of a one-legged stance, and I'm bringing those elbows right into my waist. See that? That's your chance to drop your shoulders, okay? Breathe in through the nose. Okay, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna tap back. But see, I didn't shift. I softened my knee. Now start pretending with me that you got a 6-pound or a light. That would be light for me, which is I'm gonna use a lightweight, not the lightest. You use whatever you need to that is considered light for you. But you see, when I go to this position and let's say I have those weights in my hands, okay? I have to keep my tummy super tight, my shoulders down, because when I come right up here like this, you have a tendency to want to go forward. So don't do that, okay? Okay, shake out, shake out, shake out, and we're gonna pick up our weights and get going, all right? But before I do that, one more, transverse, see this? And reach. Bring it back in, it's nothing slingy. So I'm wide stance, I'm turning those arms. If this is a problem for you because of whatever shoulder problem you might have, just go lower and then reach. See that? So come center, sit back a bit into the heels, knees are soft, turn, and then reach. So I like to add the reach there because many people just start slinging. So I want to stop, set, breathe in through the nose, and when I come to here, I want to reach with those hands and then bring back, okay? Turn, here we go, reach, and bring back. Got it? Now we'll do our pendulum, okay? When you do your pendulum forward, whether you do it in the frontal plane or you do it in the sagittal plane, okay? You keep your knees soft, you keep your rib cage up, okay? And just let it pendulum. See that? Yeah, and then you go sagittal if you want to. That's fine. So anytime you need to take a break during this segment today, you go into some of these arm swings, okay? Keep them low. So the two moves that I just went off of here was elbows together, hands together, open. And then as we warmed up through that, we brought the elbows down and we come back up. So it's kind of like flapping your wings, so to speak. See that? But we're going to do them very methodically through this whole shoulder girdle move. So before we pick up those weights and start really working with them, I wanted you to understand all of this stuff came from two basic moves. Elbows together, hands together. Drop your shoulders. Knees are soft. We did the tapping to create the compound whole mind body engagement. We did that one, see? So it came from this move, and then we just brought it down and we reached out and we reached out so that we can get our elbows down and back up. Breath in through the nose. Yeah, and if you need to use your mouth to exhale, that's fine, but I really want you to keep trying to breathe in through your nose. So those two moves, the elbows down, you want to call it the chicken wing, you can, okay? Yeah, and then the hands together, elbows together, okay? Now, before we pick up the weights, because now we're going to engage with those two moves in multiple ways, before we pick it up, we're going to address and really wake up the lower body, okay? So here's my chair. You can use it or not. We're not going to sit in it. We're going to move into it. See, I'm going to move down here into it. Here it is right here. I'm going to move myself into it, and then I'm going to come right back up. bring those hands up because we've been using the arms. So we're going to come right here. We're not going to sit. We're going to bring the hands up. Now, let me throw another one out there. So I gave you the first two moves that we're going to base a lot of stuff off of with the weights. Correct? Okay. Pretend with me that you have weights in your hands here. Okay. We're going down right here. See that? Then we're going to come up. We're going to turn them and we're going to just go up with them. Now, I've been going like this. Be aware. When you put a weight in your hand and you go up, it could be very problematic for some people. So I want you to be aware of that. And don't go up if you have a significant forward head syndrome. Now, we weren't sitting down and I went ahead and sat down, but I'm going to go back into my sit to stand. See how I'm coming down? Now, I didn't sit that time. Okay, stay with me. Let's do 3 and don't sit down. Here we go. Don't sit down, just tap. Tight tummy, breathe. When you come up, exhale. Okay, breathe. Exhale. Okay, that was 3. I counted that, Kathy. I counted 3. Okay. We're going to put weights in our hands. All right. And we're going to include this one. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to step wide. Number 1, push my butt back. Number 2, adjust my weight to where I can pick it up the way I want it. Okay. So I'm going to come right here and right here. Okay. Now I have my 6-pounders. 6 and 6. And I'll just do a little curls with my 6 and 6. See how that feels. Okay. I'm going to do a little leg swing. I'm going to keep my elbows extremely close to my hip bone. Okay, right here. My iliac crest, right here. Right below the side of your waist. Okay, so I just going to swing the leg, and all the movements now for this next little segment is going to be based off of what I did in the warm-up. Okay, this is just a little interset. We're warming up those biceps, triceps, because I'm going back a little. Okay, now step here. Now swing the other leg. And now I'm going to continue. I'm going to tap. I'm going to tap. So that keeps me from going too high. Number 1. And the biggest deal when we go into those other moves now is you got to think of the relationship with your elbow to your waist area. Okay. Take a big breath. So it's a swing, swing, swing. It's a swing step. Yeah. I don't know if Julianne's on here. She's my dancer. Breath. Yeah, I have some semi-pro dancers in this class. We want to try to keep their hips going. Breath, 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 and one more. And breath. Nice. And I'm going to just bring those light weights right here. You can step in front of your chair or not. We're going to do just a high hip hinge. It's not even a sit to stand. See this? There are so many people that if you would just do a few of these, it would help so much to keep your gluteals engaged and your back extensors really pulling. See how I'm coming up here? And you might think, oh, that's not very hard. It's not supposed to be. But even though it's not supposed to be hard, I'm asking my back right here as I come up to steady 12 pounds coming down here. Not just nothing. I mean, that's something, right? Make sure you're wide stanced. You're coming right to here. You're pushing into the heels. You're keeping your chin tucked. And then when you come up, see that pull right there? Now squeeze your butt. Yeah. So that's not nothing, okay? As you're coming down here, this is just helping you to realign and to get the joints, the bones, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles warming and starting to do that great loading that we're trying to do on Mondays and Fridays. And I will take many ways around the bush. Why? Number one, because it's really good ways to keep your brain engaged when you do something a little different, just a little different each time. And because I can. I've been doing this for a long time. Okay, here we go. Think about your feet as you're coming down right now, right there. Okay, it's on all four corners. My chin is tucked. I come in and I push through the heels. And I ask my back extensors to pull. See, starting right here, my arms are straight down and it's got 12 pounds coming through my back extensors now that I'm asking. So I don't want to do a huge, hard move right now. I want to get them prepped and ready to go. I want those babies to stay with me for a long time and not hurt them, okay? Here we go. All right, good. Now I'm going to bring this up. And what did we do when we first came on? Those of you who came on with me, those of you who were super slugs, they came on early. See, some of the slugs did not come on early. Anyway, I digress. We wanted to clap our hands, didn't we? Okay. We wanted to bring our elbows in, didn't we? Okay. Let me warn you, whatever weight you picked up, when you come in like this, it's going right into that upper back in a good way, but be aware that you're asking a lot. If you pick up a light weight, it shouldn't be super heavy. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing my hands together, and because I'm hanging onto this, I'm not going to come all the way in, but pretty darn close. See that? Get the elbows in, then come out. The deal is keep your elbow, wrist under each other. Do not flare your elbow here, okay? That's the deal. So see, now I'm going to start the foot. Tap, 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 tap. Breath in through that nose. Don't flare your elbow. Okay, bring it in. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Get your elbow in. Now bring it down and bring it right here. Now, if you were yelling, good. If Nancy was chewing her gum really fast, good. Okay, drop your shoulders. All right. Shoulders up and around. Little interset. We're going to do it again because we're going to tap the other side of the leg. This is showing you through two basic simple moves that I'm taking off on. Adding weights, first doing the movement, now adding weights, and then changing the move, how it impacts your whole shoulder girdle. Okay, so here I am again. Now, before I go into doing the other foot, tap, tap, right? We're going to get our arms going. Are you ready? Drop your shoulders, tuck your chin. Yeah. Yeah, so that your ear is back. And I have you tuck your chin because people will pull their head back and they'll go like this. Well, we'll do that sometime, but not right now. We're going to pull that chin in. So it's a true retraction. Okay, this is protraction. This is retraction. Got it? Okay, take breath in through the nose. Tight tummy. Yeah. Shoulders down. Here we go. Bring them up. Remember what we did to begin with. We clapped. We brought our elbows in. Okay, so now you have a weight in your hands, and of course, you're not going to get as tight. So here's the idea. Even if you come here, do not flare your elbows. That's what I want you to get to understand here. Okay? So one more, and then we're gonna start tapping. Here I go. See, look at my elbow. Look at my elbow. It's in, and then come back. Okay, now we're gonna tap the other leg. Here we go. Breath, tap, bring the elbow in, tap, get that elbow under your wrist, tap, get the elbow in, tap, see that? Tap, or you can put your foot down. If you need to put your whole foot down, that's okay. But man, does it make your brain work differently when you have to do 2 tasks. See? Okay, stay with me. Okay, one more. And we're gonna get the elbows in. Get the elbows in, get the elbows in, get the elbows in. Get them in, yeah. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Bring it back. Bring it down, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead and go into a full squat. We're gonna put our weights down beside us, right there. See that? And then come back. Now, some of you curled your back on that move. You know why? You were standing too narrow. Something had to give somewhere. You're not as flexible as you need to be or want to be here and in your hip, and you stood too narrow. So when you're gonna go all the way down and put something down, pick something up, step wider, okay? It will just help you keep your back extended. Okay, press down and then come back up. Remember that? So this is just an intercept, because I know if you did every move with me and you really were getting those elbows in there, and you even picked up 3 pounds, you were feeling it. I know you were, okay? So let me remind you that all this stuff that I'm doing right now is off of 2 moves. And I covered it in the warm-up. This one, right? Then we turn and we come down, okay? And why do we do that? Because this is ball and socket type thing. And you want to move in all those ways, and you want to train strength in those ways. Because when you do that, you impact right here in a very good way if you take the time to line yourself up. Take a break when you're tired, okay? All right, I'm gonna go back down and get them. And now we're gonna do the rotation part, okay? So I'm gonna go down and get them. Here we go. Take a big deep breath. See, that was the rest. Did everybody rest? Well, too bad. Enough rest. Okay, so let me recap. We started with this one, correct? Okay, now we're gonna come like this. See this? And I'm gonna come down. Now, I just did that move, and I know those of you that have had a tricky shoulder, I can tell you that this move could be problematic for you to get it to that height. If that is you, don't go up there. If you feel it in a bad thing in your joint, you go here, but you do the same move. See that? It's the same move, it's just not at that height, okay? So if I have a tricky shoulder and it's not feeling good, when I put weight in my hand and I do a very normal, functional move, you don't want to kick up a problem. Don't ever move into or do, ignore a bad feeling, okay, in your joints. There's a joke there somewhere. Somebody say, well, anytime I stand up and move, it's a bad feeling. So I just sit back down. Don't go there, y'all. That's true slug behavior. Okay, see, I'm just going low. I'm getting you prepped for it. Here's what I want you to start doing. And you see what I'm doing with my feet? I'm shoulder width. I'm on all 4 corners of my foot, heel and upper. I'm coming in here, keeping my chin tucked. Right now, it's very important for you to go rib cage up. Whoa, and then bring them back in. See that little move? Most of you who've had shoulder problems should be able to do this kind of a rotation and then back down right to here, okay? Now, if you can go up to just a shoulder height, great, do it. But some of you, no, you shouldn't. And where how you will know it is it's not in the muscle necessarily, unless you damage that muscle at some point. It's generally going to be in the joint. And you need to be functional. So I'm doing a functional move to train with. Breath in through the nose. Stay a little tiny bit hip hinge, rib cage up. Come up just a little bit. If you can come up more, great. Come up more, but don't jerk. See, as I come up, my palms are down. Yeah. Palms are down. Breath. Keep your chin tucked. Here we go. So we're trying to strengthen right through that rotation, whether it has to be lower or whether you can come up higher. We want to stay functional in all our moves through our shoulder. That's why I'm using lightweight. And I'm using two main moves that are very good moves to help get your lymph system going, to help get your blood circulation going, your muscles going. Bring it back down. Take a big breath and shoulders. Now see, when I have my hands here to the side, some of you may not know this, but when I have a weight in my hand and then I do shoulder work, I'm not gripping it. I let the weights go to my fingertips. Yeah. So it straightens out my grip. So I'm not, bearing down on it when I'm doing my shoulder rolls. See that? So do those shoulder rolls, come back around. Yeah. Okay. Take a big deep breath. Then we're going to bring this lightweight. This is a 6. This is a 6. But when I work them together, how much pressure is coming down into the shoulder girdle and into the spine that is supporting this move? Okay, 12. So it's not a little thing. Even if you pick up a light weight that's 3 or 2, that's some poundage there. Okay, and you don't want to kick up a delicate problem that you have, but you do want to move so that you can get stronger. There, one more. And come right there. Now, those are the two main moves that I took off on. And now we're going to keep with that. I'm going to do the step forward. Okay. Now, as I step forward like that, some of you stepped forward, but guess what you did? You're right. Some of you stepped forward, and before you step forward, you don't even realize you did it. You did a little prep thing. You did that, and then you stepped forward. Now we will do moves where we go out and go in, okay? But not now. I want that foot straight. I want the toe forward. I'm stepping. I have light weights here, okay? So I'm right out there like that. And I'm going to go pull and bring this right here. See this? Do you see this? I'm going to go pull, extend, and I've already extended the front, but it's not very high. Then you come back in. See, I'm leaning in from the hip. See that? I'm leaning in from the hip. This is keeping me from falling over on my nose. I have the weights right here. I'm going to go back and front, forth with the front. Then I bring them back in. Press. Yes. So you're not only stretching through that Achilles while you're doing this, you're balancing in a split stance. You are rotating your upper body. You're working through the back part of the arm, and you're working through the front part of the arm. And you're working your grip and your forearm, okay? Take a big breath, drop your shoulders. Boom. Just two more. Stay with me. Yeah. So the front leg, that arm goes front. Okay. Now hang on right here. Hang on right here. Don't stop on me. Look what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Look what I'm doing. See my knee? I'm going down, down, down without leaning forward. Then I'm going to come up. See that? Anybody that has had plantar fasciitis issues, Achilles tendonitis issues, knee issues, you want to try to get to this point where you can maintain balance, but then bring that knee down there, hang out down here for a bit, then go back and put that heel down right there. Boom. Here we go. And come back. Take a breath. Ribcage up. Breathe in through the nose. Drop your shoulders. See, I'm hanging out here with my hands. This is working those hips, hamstrings, calves, foot, like nothing else. Woo! Take a breath. Just two more, just two more, just two more. Stay with me. Breath. One more, one more. And come back. Okay, then I'm going to step up. And I'm going to take the other leg back. Yeah, you can do it. So if you stepped back just now and you turned your foot out, you need to step back, but step wider. But don't turn your foot out. Okay? So now then, this hand is going to go back. So it's going to go back like that. And this hand is going to go forward. So we're going to come right back in here, just like this. Drop your shoulders. You're going to go out and press back. And it's all very controlled. It is a extension, breath, drop your shoulders, breath in through the nose, and you're working that ankle. Yeah. Take a big breath. And now we're going to start to lower that leg. Here we go. Bend the knee, and then come back up. Bend the knee, and come back up. Bend the knee. Go ahead and bring the heel up if you need to, a little. But you're straightening out that weight in the back. See, right there. Drop your shoulders right there. Breath. Yes. Breath. Go. Breath. Just two more. Just two more. Here we go. Press it back. And press it back. Yay. And come back up. Okay. Take these weights. Put them in your little cartridge. And we're going to pick them up in just a second. Now we're going to do a little review for you. I'm going to step out like this and step out like this. So this particular move in the warm-up was part of this. See this? See this? That was part of this. Now we're going to push it a little bit. Now, whichever leg, I don't care. Step and sink into that leg that you just stepped. Okay? Once you've stepped into it, not while you're stepping into it, after you stepped into it. See this right here? You should feel a little stretch here. Now, you're going to put these hands back up here where we were working at, and we're going to turn, and we're going to bring that elbow up and then up, and then come back down. So I'm sinking down here. Then I'm going to come up and come back in. See that? Tight tummy, rib cage up, drop your shoulders, keep your chin in so my ear is over my shoulder, or trying to be. Okay, I'm going to step out now. See, I want to keep this leg straight. I'm stepping out. I'm pushing my butt back a little. Yeah. Remember my hands back up here again. See this? My butt's pushing back. I'm dropping into here until I feel a stretch. Yeah, it's maybe a little different for everybody, but that's the parameters. When I come here, now I'm going to turn and I'm going to reach, and it's going to heighten all this stretch, and you're working in a different angle with those shoulder blades. See? Drop in here, hang out here for a bit, and then come back in and come back down. We just did one, just to do a little interset, okay? So I'm going to come back in. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick up those same light weights. Yes, we're not going to go heavy yet. I had to give you a break. See, I let you rest. I'm glad I don't hear all the groans to the resting situation. Okay, here's what we're going to do now. What we just did was a side lunge, basically, okay? I did this leg first, and then I did this leg. It doesn't matter. Now we've got those same weights, but what are we going to do? We're going to give our arms a little bit of a break, but I'm going to hang on to these weights right here with my thumbs and my fingers here. See that? Then I'm going to check my line, make sure I'm really, my rib cage is up, my stomach is braced, because when I step into the lunge, wow, I've got 12 pounds now resting, going right down through my vertebrae, basically, right? So I'm going to look. You don't have to step very far. It's okay. But I'm going to step here and I'm going to sink. See this? It's going to send me forward a little as I push my butt back. And I'm going to go far enough that I feel a little stretch in the groin. See that? I'm just going to hang out here. I'm going to do tiny little pulses. See this? Yeah, I'm on my whole foot here. Don't let your foot twist or pronate. Or that means rolling. You don't want it to roll. Okay, and then I come up and I come up. Okay, take a big breath. So a lot of the work today, somebody would look at this workout and say, oh, she's doing so much with her arms today. True. However, that involves using your upper back and shoulder muscles, which is exactly where osteoporosis settles into. Okay, so, and I'm doing it gently. I hope you're catching that. I didn't tell you to pick up a certain weight. I said pick up a light weight that you can handle that will push you a little, but a light weight. So here I am holding this. I'm going to take this leg out. And what am I going to do? I'm going to bend and sink into that leg until I feel my groin of my outstretched leg stretching a little. Yeah, push your butt back, keep your chin tucked. Then when you go as far down as you can, you do those little pulses. See? Keep your butt sticking back, look at your foot. Don't let it be rolling on you. Okay? Take a big breath. Yes. Breath. Yes, keep your chin tucked. Okay, one more. Here we go. And bring it back. And bring it back. Yeah. You loved it, didn't you? Okay. Now I'm going to bring these right here. And I'm going to come right into my chair. Okay, so you got your little kitchen chair. Yeah. So here I am. Have my kitchen chair here. Okie dokie. So now we're going to turn these light weights, whatever you've chosen to be light for you. This is a curl. This is just a plain old curl. See that? If I turn it this way with my thumb up, that's a hammer curl. See that? See that? Hammer curl. Got it? But if I turn my hands open and my thumbs are pointing like this, not totally this way, 45-degree this way. See, this is the hammer, right? This is a bicep curl. But if my thumb is turned just a little bit, see, that gets a whole different little muscle group. See? So experiment with it, try to get it. I have very advanced students in here, so they know what I mean. I have confidence that you can do a 45-degree turnout, but here's where that whole warm-up comes into play. Where does your elbows need to be? At your hip bone, right here, the iliac crest. Needs to be right there. My thumbs are turned out 45 degrees. I'm gonna go like this and then bring them down. So it's a 45-degree turnout. See that? And it comes right out, right to my shoulders. See that? I don't go way up above my shoulders. I do a little tiny hip hinge. See? My thumbs are turned out. So it's a 45-degree turnout, which is very crucial for shoulder rehab. See? And not with a super heavy weight. Take a breath. Yeah? Breath. Breath. Put that thumb right at your deltoid. Right there. Okay, just 3 more. Take a breath. Yeah? Breath. Yeah? And breath. See? 3. I can count to 3, Kathy. Okay. Take a breath. So now I'm going to come right here. I'm going to stand up with these quotes, light weights. Okay. So we've done sit to stands, correct? So we're going to go wide. And if you have issues with bone on bone and hip, let's say you have really active arthritis, you have just wonky hips. You know, I've told you, don't not do it, but you may not be able to get up with the weights. You might have to do help right here to get you to neutral. Then you pick up your weights. Then you can stand up and do what we're going to do right now. Okay? So you use your hands if you need to. Take a big breath. So now I'm going to stand up and sit down with light weights. But collectively, I'm doing it with 12 pounds. All right? You're doing it with whatever you picked up. Okay, here we go. Sit to neutral to stand. And then I'm just going to go to the top of my ears. Look at there. Now, if any of you have good function and you want to go a little higher, that's fine. But just go to your ears for the most part. Come down, sit down. Here we go. I'm right here. Sit to neutral, to up, and to up. Bring her in and go down. You can go ahead and sit or barely touch. Remember we did that kind of in the warm-up, right? So we kind of just barely did a little tiny tap down of the back hamstrings. See that? And you don't really have to go up much more than at your ear level, above your ears. Take a breath, breath, breath. See, I'm doing that hinge that we worked the whole first part of the class on. Here we go. Up. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Yeah. Just 3 more. See, I can count to 3, Kathy. Here we go. Back in. Oh, shoot. Was that 2? Okay, 1 more. Okay. And back down. And put those weights down in your little holster. In there. Take a big deep breath. Open those hands out. Okay. You're going to lean in a little bit. And you're going to open a little bit. You're going to drop the shoulders. Drop the shoulders. Every time somebody with a little bit of a shoulder dysfunction goes out or goes in, they tend to want to do this. Don't do that. Drop your shoulders. Open. Give a big hug. Drop your shoulders again. Open. And then come back out and open. Okay, drop your shoulders. Back. Just like that. Yeah. Okay. We're hanging out here for just a second. And I want you to hang on to your chair. I'm going to show you how to do a proper stretch on the hamstring without hurting your back. Okay. So I'm right here. I'm going to drop my shoulders, but I'm not going to let go of my chair. Okay. So, and I'm not going to put my knees in here like this. I'm going to keep my knees over my ankles, so to speak. But I'm going to push my butt up. So here we go. We're going to push our butt up and we're going to hang onto the chair so we don't lose balance as we bring our head lower. Some of you really avoid this move. And we're going to go toe tap, toe tap, toe tap, toe tap, toe tap. Then we're going to come right back down to a sit down. You're going to feel a little blood going into the head. But you noticed I didn't stay there for very long. And I got a great stretch back here. Okay, so keep your back extended, hang on to your chair. And if you tend to have high blood pressure or if you have some vascular issues, don't put your head down very far, but come right here and just stretch those legs and then come down and come down. That's not going to be enough to give you a problem, usually, okay? Always follow your doctor's orders, of course. But if you can actually train your vestibular system as you put your head down and back up and with the blood flow and back up. And you can actually work up to the ability to put your head down without getting so dizzy. See here? So I'm right here. I'm pushing those legs back. I'm pushing my body down. I'm pulling my toes up, 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 up. I'm going to come down and I'm going to come down. Don't get alarmed if you get just a little bit, whoo. Yeah, we're going to do 3. I can count to 3. Okay, one more. Don't bring those knees in. Keep them out. Rib cage up. Yes. Breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Yeah, now hang on to the chair. Ready? Don't bring the knees in. Here we go. Push back. Straighten up those legs. Toe up, 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 up. Down and down. See there? That's how I want you to do that. And it gives a nice stretch to the back hamstrings. Of course, you could do this whole thing laying down. All right? Yeah, you can just bring those legs up. Pretend I'm laying down. See, if I'm laying down, see, you don't have to try this. Now I just bring my leg up. You can do that laying down or sitting or whatever, but it's pretty easy to do for most people. Standing. Okay, take a big breath. Yes. Sit to the front of your chair. Yes. Open until if I punched you, I would feel your contracted tummy muscles. Yeah, just like I was going to punch you. Listen, your core muscles, your stomach muscles, you have used them so much this morning just by standing and managing these weights, these light weights. And I did the light weights for a reason. With our shoulder, you don't have to do forever setups to get core and stomach working. So here's one, for instance, that gets you working your core, and you can do it seated anywhere. You open back, you tighten, drop your chin, bring your leg up, and then just act like you're going to put an elbow over the knee. Don't think you're going to touch your elbow to your knee. That would be a mistake. You know why? Invariably, when you do that, you're going to round your back. I do not want you rounding your back here. I want you innervating this. So you will open back, your rib cage is up, you bring your other knee up, okay? Other knee up, pull it to the midline, take your elbow and use one of those hinge moves that we did at the beginning of the class, and then open it and bring it back. See that? That gets you to innervate through your core. So it's not only the front, it's the back. See there? Keep that back extended, rib cage up, bring the leg up, go to the midline, take those arm moves that we did at the beginning of class, and just turn and act like you're gonna touch your knee, but you don't. So you just bring it to the midline. Whoa, that's using so much of your abdominal, and like do it, like if you can do a set of 10, 2 sets of 10, great. My only thing is, don't do it fast. See, hang on here, hang out here. Take a breath, and then open, and then come back, okay? So whatever you have to do, spend 1 minute, 1 to 3 minutes doing something like this. Open back, rib cage up, see my chin's dropped, other leg comes up, then it goes to the midline, then I get those arms that we worked on all this morning, and I'm turning, and I'm acting like I'm gonna put my elbow on my knee, but not really. See, I just get it over the knee, okay? Take a big breath. Open. Here we go, rib cage up, lift, bring it to the midline, then bring your elbow in here. See that? Just like that. Hang out here for a little bit, and then come back. I challenge you to do 6 of these, 6 of these, pretty much every day through the break. That'll be good. Okay, 1 leg out. I'm gonna do another little stretcheroo. If you want to put it up on something because you don't want to put your head down, fine. Put it up on a couch, a chair, a dog, a kid, whatever, you get the point. Pull your toe towards you, and then shoot your taillights back. Your rib cage is up, shoulders are down, and I'm just coming toward this toe here. See that? Yeah, gentle, but it's there. Then I come back, take a breath, drop the shoulders, stretch that leg out, or put it up on a chair, or like I said, a dog or a kid. Here we go. Take a breath, and I just bring my whole body forward until I feel that stretch down into the calf. Pull that toe back. That's an excellent move for anybody that has plantar fascia, has Achilles tendonitis, tight calf muscles, that type of thing, okay? Okay, ending shots here. See, I'm gonna lean in. I'm just gonna drop that knee down. See that? See, I just rotated that hip. So this is my knee replaced side. I just am recounting this because not everybody should or want to slow down and do moves that are conducive to good joint action. That's what this class is pretty much about. See, I'm just gonna go to the other side and do the other move. I just brought my knee down there and I leaned back. And I felt a little stretch, but I rotated that hip. This is my hip replace side. So this class is really, really dedicated to people who have lived a little life and they have some injuries that they need to step back and they need to really think about their joint function and their joint action. That's what this class is about. So now then, I'm gonna do a funny thing here. See, I'm gonna put my feet together, okay? That I haven't done before. Generally, I try to. And I just let my knees fall out here. And I just come forward a tiny bit. See, I'm putting pressure on the outside edges of my feet. And I'm putting my feet together. And then I just come back. See that? And then I just turn out this way. So I go out and in, inversion, eversion. Turning in, turning out, okay? Just keep moving, you guys. I hope this helped you. And I hope you have a really good Thanksgiving. And I wanted to show you how you could work out with purpose, especially for shoulders with light weights.